a man who probably doesn't actually need an introduction. Ryan DeLuca, he is the former president of bodybuilding.com and the great successes that had. And he is now the CEO and co-founder of a very awesome company. If you guys haven't heard of it yet, it's Black Box VR. And if you haven't seen VR technology yet, it will blow you away. And that's exactly what I think Ryan is speaking about today. And I'll let him take it through there.
Alright, see if this works. Alright, so today I want to talk a little bit about how Idaho can come together to support the immersive technology industry. So first of all, is there anybody out here that would like to come up here and try to win an Oculus Go VR headset? Yes. Yeah, you have. Alright, anybody want to try to win? It's going to be really simple, just raise your hand. Just in the black shirt back there, you win. Oh. So come on back, over here, sorry. The cooler black shirt, that one not only. Alright, so come on up here real fast. So I'm also going to introduce Annie Morley, the president of Idaho Patriotic Council. My wife, Nelia, she's a Russian, so she probably has hacked all your stuff by now. And then Preston Lewis, he didn't know how I'm going to help us out too, my co-founder of Black Box. So go ahead and open this up, and if you want to set your stuff down, we're going to put this headset on you like a blindfold. All right, you want to go ahead and put that on? And then Nelia's going to go and hide somewhere in the room real fast. And I need everybody to be really quiet. I'm going to go ahead and go. And what's your name?
Chad.
And Chad is going to find her, but everyone, don't give him any help, okay? So let's see if we can do this, okay? All right, try not to run anybody. We'll guide you. Preston want to help him not run anybody. All right, you got 15 seconds.
Run fast.
Okay. Don't help, don't help. And then don't help him, don't help him. Don't peek. Okay, now let's go ahead and help him. Let's go from the crowd. Tell him where to go.
Stop. Hands up.
Hey, found it. All right. All right, so that was my very exciting way to give away a $250 six-dot Oculus Go headset. The whole point of that was there was no way for him to find it. It would have been impossible without the help of everybody here. And sometimes I think in Idaho, we come together for these great events, but we're not really supporting each other in the way that we really could be. And I want to tell you a little bit about my story, a little bit about how I feel like we can come together in immersive tech. So first of all, this is my family right here. My dog Grimes, a big Boise State fan, as you can see. So in my spare time, I like to fly planes and read lots of books and save dogs with that plane and amateur ballroom dancers. So if anybody wants any lessons from a true amateur, I can help you out. So the big question is, if you have a company, or if you're an industry, or if you're a place like Idaho, how can you compete against everybody else out there when there's so many things that are similar? Usually people say, I'm going to try to create a company with a better price. Will be a little more convenience. Will have a better location. And you get slightly better than a competitor. Well, have you ever been down Chinden before? No. I was going down Chinden the other day and I noticed these title places all over the place, right? But somehow they seem to all have the same graphic designer. He should be fired, the blind one. And they all kind of look the same. If you look at the very next place next to it is another Title I place. So these are two competitive businesses. Somehow they're trying to win business. Now, if you're looking for a Title I, you're going to go to those, and how are you going to pick one? Probably just go in there and see what the best price is, right? Who's going to give me the best deal? Who's going to give me the most money, the lowest interest? Those two places are literally right next to each other. There's no possible way that either of those is very profitable. They're probably barely in business, and that's why they can't afford, nice signage. And actually, right after I took this picture, the very next place was almost the exact same. And that's what a lot of companies try to do, and think they're going to be profitable, think they're going to be a little bit better than the other guy, and just compete, and it's a downward spiral. So that's where disruptive technology comes out. And so disruptive innovation, what is that? So that's an innovation that creates it's hard for me to read way back there, a new market and value network, and eventually disrupts an existing market and value network, displacing established market leaders. So obviously the PC, the car, the airplane, Those are things that when they came out, they disrupted the way that people did business. So for me, it was April 13th, 1999. So I just graduated high school a few years earlier, Capitol High, went to Boise State for half a semester, and then I was like, you know, I want to get into the fitness industry. And how am I going to do that? So I was looking at the companies that were out there. So there's Muscle Fitness Magazine with all the content information. They were out for decades. They've been around for like 50 years. They were the market leader. GNC, they were around since 1939. How am I, as a teenager at the time, going to compete against GNC? And personal trainers, that's how people learned how to work out, and people worked out socially with their friends. And that's when the internet came out. So the internet allowed me to create a company that disrupted that industry, where people could buy nutritional supplements online, hear and see the information directly from the website. And that was something that had never happened before. And it sounds kind of funny now because it's such a basic thing and everybody's done it, but it's brand new. It allowed me, with the team, to create a $500 million a year business and do that over 17 years. So then I retired for a little while and said, okay, I want to try something else. So April 15, 2016, how can we compete against gyms? So if you see, basically every gym is basically the same. Rows of treadmills around every corner. They're everywhere is the same kind of thing. So how, if you're a gym, are you going to be a profitable gym? Right now they're $10 a month. Now they're basically free almost, to the point where they know that nobody's going to go, and they're $10 a month is going to be profitable for them, competing against Planet Fitness. So unless you want to create a $9 a month gym, you know, and continue that way, it seemed literally impossible. And that's when virtual reality came out. So that's when Preston and I, we said, hey, there's got to be something here. What can we do? And as mentioned before, we created this company called Black Box VR. We're doing virtual reality workouts with resistance cable system. Are launching our first one right across from Twitter headquarters in San Francisco, coming up in a couple months. So that's not the story today. So what is immersive technology? So it really is the final medium. If you think about how people created language, people created writing, all the technology that's come from there to allow us to talk to each other. Virtual reality is the final medium. We are all going to go inside virtual reality headsets and basically live inside these different worlds. There will be nothing else after that. We will be able to have brain control interfaces where we'll be able to feel and taste and hear inside virtual reality. So this is a whole entire new medium that's going to change everything. And it really is the opportunity for all of us. And you can go into these worlds, and they've already been out there, and you guys have seen Ready Player One, and you see what happens, and you can see what's possible inside virtual reality, and the stories that can be created. And you can see, like, a lot of people take it a little bit too seriously. So we've seen a lot of that where people go in there and they forget that they're inside an actual little office, and then they get scared like this. Or this happens to us a lot when we go give demos, where people go and they think that that table's still there. It happens to me all the time still, where I'll set something down on a table and it is not actually there. And so this was actually a little comment on that YouTube video. Humans aren't ready for this level of tech, but guess what? Monkeys can even do it. So there's a monkey inside an HTC Vive virtual reality headset, and he's got it figured out. But what's great is augmented reality also. So we all heard about augmented reality. You see AR kit, people holding up their phones, and these amazing interfaces that we're going to be able to put on top of the real world. So this is a really cool, exciting one that I saw, where you're going to have these computer interfaces, kind of like the whole, the futuristic movies we see out there, and how amazing the technology will be to allow us to see these things over our world. And this is also one of my favorites. So this portal, so you can actually go, you have your AR glasses on, there's a portal there once you walk in, and then you go and see what's on the other side. And now you're inside a different world just by what's inside your glasses. And then you can walk back out. Those are things that are coming right now. So a couple of things that are the near future is the Magic Leap one that's got released. We've all seen that augmented reality headset where people put on this one on the lower one. And the headsets these days, the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive are expensive, and you need a really high-level computer with a good graphics card to use it. But the ones that are coming out in the very near future, like the Oculus Go, so that's a 6-stop headset, so you can move around in it, but you have just a little controller, so you don't really have a full room scale 6-stop experience. But with the new Oculus Santa Cruz coming out, say next year, you will be able to have that full experience where you can walk around in a full room scale environment using 2 different controllers. And the other things that are coming out really soon are the 5G networks that are coming out will allow there to be low latency, super fast bandwidth mobile experiences delivered to your headset. So you'll be able to go anywhere to these VR and AR experiences delivered through mobile networks and not just through Wi-Fi. You can see on the bottom right there, it's foveated rendering. So foveated rendering is basically where it can see what you're looking at and it tracks your pupils and it knows exactly where to make it actually full render versus a little bit blurrier that allow you to have actually better experience inside of your headset than you would on a normal computer screen because the graphics abilities will be much more powerful. And you can see on the top right there that these headsets will allow you to also have all sorts of gloves and haptic feedback to be able to feel things. Right now, like that pool table, you see things you can't feel them. These gloves will allow you to feel virtual reality. And this was just launched the other day, or announced the other day, that Apple just bought an AR company that makes lenses. So everybody's pretty obvious that in 2020 is when everybody thinks Apple will come out with their AR glasses. So a comment I saw from today's Apple keynote, when they launched their iPhones, is they didn't really do a lot. There wasn't a lot of new things because they might be working on some new big category. The AR kit is allowing people to create experiences now that they'll then be able to easily put on your eyes. And it's not just for gaming. That's one thing a lot of people forget, a lot of these fun things. This, you can't read. This is just a snapshot of the companies that are working in all these different industries, from obviously entertainment, music, medical, fitness, and all sorts of, pretty much any industry that you're working in will be touched by AR and VR in the next couple of years. And these companies are the ones that have announced funding and are working on these things right now. So it will touch your industry. So that brings me to the last point, is how can Idaho be a leader in immersive tech? And so the main thing that we want to do is we want to create an industrial sector here inside Idaho, where we can all work together and come together around a single technology. Because everybody out there is saying they want to be the next Silicon Valley, right? You do a search for the next Silicon Valley, and it's Utah, and it's Dallas, and everybody's thinking they're going to be the next Silicon Valley. And we hear about it here too, right? Like, how can we be the next Silicon Valley? And it's not going to happen with Boise. It's not going to happen in Idaho. It's too small, and we don't have enough of that clout yet. But if we all can focus on one thing, and you see that with like Hollywood, right? Nobody's going to be able to do filmmaking better than Hollywood. And people try to have it. You see it with Nashville. If you want to be a country music star, you go to Nashville. You see it with Napa Valley and all the industry that grows around Napa Valley. And Swiss watches. If anything now, because of disruptive technology, Apple Watch, now they are actually having some problems. But those industries grow up in a single area. And it allows them all to focus and build up the networks and the training and the people and the companies that can focus on one thing. And so why could it be immersive? Immersive technology has not been done yet, and it can be done anywhere. There's no place yet that is a hotspot for that. We have the population growth, which some of us love, some of us don't. We have the type of people, we have the type of quality of life. We're right in between like San Francisco and Portland and Seattle and Salt Lake geographically. We're in a place that if we all come together and focus on one thing, immersive technology, the next final medium, we could then lead something to be known. Where do you go for immersive tech? Idaho. And that's what we're doing already with companies like CSH2A, Boise State is teaching virtual reality, Blocksmith, obviously Blackbox VR, the INL, they have a complete AR and simulation and virtual reality focus that we already have a lot of companies that are doing it. Blocksmith, 360 immersive, that we can all come together and do this. And we're here at the Idaho Virtual Reality Council to help you out and work together with the Idaho Technology Council. So thank you very much.